Yeah, I love that song, and I love it even more now because of the great job. It's fantastic. It's really, really impressive.
It really is.
Now I've got books. Today's talk is called All Are Welcome. Now, as long as I've been here, we've had a sign above that door that says, all are welcome. And I had to think about that. All are welcomed, are they? Are all welcome? And I always thought so. And then recently, Roger called me and said, I'd like to do a concert with my friend Shawn. Do it for Shawn. Still spells it right, though.
That's right.
And, S-H-A-W-N. I'm always impressed when I get a letter to me, S-E-A-N, even though it's in letters this big on the front of your program every week. But Roger called me and he said, Shawn, I would like to do an afternoon concert. I'm getting ready to do this series, and I'd like to, my first thought, yes, that'd be wonderful. He says, oh, by the way, though, I have to be dressed in costume, which means drag. Because he has a character, part of his persona is Yolanda, and he's looking to do Yolanda's old-time gospel hour. And I thought, oh, was Unity Center ready for someone to be in drag? And a whole concert. And then I thought about the sign that said, all are welcome. Does that mean all except for? Does that mean all except for this or this or this? And I thought, no, all means all. No exceptions, because there's no exceptions. So this afternoon at 1 o'clock, Yolanda, along with Shawn and Joyful Noise, are giving a concert. And let me tell you something. I heard the rehearsal yesterday. You want to stay. You really want to stay. If any of you have been longing for some old-time hymns and things like that, you're going to get to hear some of that stuff. You're going to get to hear modern Christian music. You're going to get to hear a lot of stuff that's a lot of fun. And I'm not blowing smoke here. I'm really impressed. And I thought, how wonderful to hear this in our church, our center. So please stay afterward. Have fellowship, go out to lunch, whatever. 1 o'clock the concert will start. But all are welcomed, and that's what I had to really explore. Because I believe in the truth that there are no exceptions to the love of God, no matter how deplorably we have behaved. No matter how much I hate myself. No matter how much I might hate you, no matter how much, I'm not an exception and you're not an exception. And it has nothing to do with what I think. It has nothing to do with my opinions. It has to do with what is. And what is the love of God. It is. And it's not going to ever not be. And so I want to be very clear of that. So I looked up a couple of things, and I looked up in Charles Fillmore's The Revealing Word, definition of kingdom. Because I thought, well, all must be welcome in the kingdom. How about that? If the kingdom of heaven is within you, how could anyone not be welcome to go with him? That's foolish, isn't it? To think that someone could not be welcome to go within. You know, we can all go within, except you. So the kingdom of God, Charles says, is the Christ consciousness kingdom of heaven. The kingdom of heaven. The kingdom of heaven is the realm of divine ideas, producing their expression, perfect harmony. It is within man. And then we have the kingdom within. That realm in man's consciousness when he knows and understands God. Well, that's pretty succinct to me. So, the kingdom of heaven is the realm of divine ideals. Has anyone had a divine idea lately? Yes, everybody put your hand up, because it's yes. Trust me. Every single one of us have had at least one divine idea. I was going to say an hour, but I think a minute. Within every minute, there is one, at least one divine idea. Now, there may be one crummy idea, too, but, you know, one that affirms the absence of our good. But then we come right back. The realm of divine ideas. See, the substance of God is divine ideas. And that's why there's no exception. All are welcome. Welcome into the kingdom. All are welcome. into the kingdom. I can change my mind about anything at any moment. All I have to do is go within and request a divine idea. And if I'm in the habit of doing it, I don't even have to request anymore. I'm just having them all the time. You know, boom, boom, boom. Another divine idea, another divine idea, another divine idea. You know, when you listen to music, what do you think that is? Except one line of divine ideas after another. You know, all music, it's all prayers, it's all going along, it's all divine ideas all the time when we do our meditations. Those are all divine ideas. I don't sit and write a script for meditations. I just stand here, okay, I'm ready, I'm willing. What are we going to say? And then we say it. Divine ideas. Every time we have a thought of love is a divine idea. Every time we have a thought of peace, a thought of joy, a thought of wisdom, a thought of understanding, it's all a divine idea. That's what our friend Jesus did. He went into the wilderness to learn how to have his divine ideas when, as Wendy said, about the chat, and in spite of the chatter that's going on, I'm willing to know love in spite of, you know, or through it. Because the chatter's going on. I mean, as soon as Jesus came out of the wilderness, what happened? Chatter. Chatter, bow down to me. I'll do this. Jump from the building to and show them the power of God. Do this. Chatter, 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 chatter. Telling me what I ought to be thinking. Tell me what I ought to be doing. Who I should like and who I should make an exception, and who I should make an example, and who I should be mad at, and who's my friend now, and who's doing it to me now. And, you know, chatter, 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 chatter. We have a power. One of our 12 divine mind faculties is strength. And what strength is for is for silence. That's what our power of strength is for, our divine mind faculty, our seat of intelligence. It's right here at the small of the back. And it's actually, its greatest effect is silence. That, because, let's face it, for many of us, it would take a lot of strength to be quiet. It takes tremendous power to be still. With a still, small voice to come in. So then I read this. Well, first I read this. Bible, you may have heard of it. I like this. It's my leather-bound one. And it comes from, it's Luke 17:20. Once Jesus was asked by the Pharisees when the kingdom of God was coming, and he answered. Anxious to hear. Yeah, anxious to hear. He answered, the kingdom of God is not coming with things that can be observed, nor will they say, look, there it is, or there it is. For in fact, the kingdom of God is among you. The kingdom of God is among you. And we have nothing but angels pointing us to the way, pointing us the way to the kingdom. Nothing but angels pointing the way for us to go within to the kingdom. Because if I keep going into the outer world, I'm going to keep being pointed back within. That's what's going to happen. I'm not going to get my satisfaction in the outer world. My friends, the people I love, the people I hate, whatever, they're only going to point the way within. All my experiences are only going to keep pointing the way within. But if I come out here and I say, please give me the answer to the kingdom, please, please, please give me the answer to the kingdom, and you keep saying, go within. One way or another, trust me, you're telling me, go within. One way or another, you're telling me, go within. And I say, oh, you must be wrong. No, you tell me. You tell me. Oh, come on, people. Get with it. Quit telling me to go within. Quit telling me. No, I'm going to tell this one. My last night that I drank, a little over 18 years ago, I called the LaToya Jackson Psychic Hotline. As I like to say, $85 later, I went to AA. I talked to 4 psychics, and I wanted a specific date when I would, well, meet someone. Let's put it that way. Because I was afraid to ask anyone out anymore. I had reached such a low point that I knew if I asked, they would just say, Shawn, you're ugly, or whatever, and I would give up all hope. And so, oh, you will meet love down this path. Could I talk to someone else, please? And so I talked to 4 different people. And because I kept looking to them for the answer. Oh, well, they're psychics and they're professionals, and they charge for this, so they must have the answer. But, well, they were right. I would find love down this lane, but I wanted more specific things. So I could just hang out at home for a while instead of going out every night looking and not finding. But if you told me it'll be 6 months from now, I could stay home for beauty rest, you know, and watch TV and relax. But they weren't telling me, you will find it. So it's like, oh, I've got to keep going out. Well, and then finally 10 days later, I realized, okay, enough is enough, and I've got to start looking within. And I went and found a group to help me look within, to point the way within. And they kept pointing the way. Some people did it in a kindly fashion. Some people yelled at me. Some people were downright unkind. And you know what happens when somebody's unkind? I have to learn forgiveness. Well, where do I learn forgiveness? Within. When people do things, say things that upset me, when people offend my sensibilities, what happens? I got to go within. That's why we have nothing but angels. Yeah. Absolutely nothing but angels. So all are welcomed into the kingdom. All are welcomed, and all are pointing the way to go into the kingdom. Believe it or not, I, as a minister, have been asked to point the way to people. And some people have come to me for the final answer. And when I gave them what I believed was the final answer, which is go within, they didn't feel that was the final answer, since, what do you know? And they had to go elsewhere, and they had to keep going elsewhere until finally they get, I've got to go within. I've got to go within to the kingdom. The kingdom of heaven is where it's at. I'm here to tell you now, the kingdom is where it's at. Everything you've ever been searching for is in the kingdom, and you're welcome to go there now. You are absolutely welcome to go there at any moment of any second of any day. To go within to the kingdom. It's the only place to go. Listen to this. 20% off. This is also Luke chapter 17, the NIV, or NIT, whatever it is. NTI, that's what it's called. Now you are learning not to look for the kingdom of God in a time or as a place, for the kingdom of God is within you. The kingdom of God is yourself, in your natural state of truth and joy, when your misperceptions of yourself have been healed. I have told you that you have only traveled away from me within your perception of yourself. This is not This is not an analogy or a helpful thought. This is the truth. In your own perception, you see yourself as something other than I am. It is this misperception that keeps you from seeing the kingdom of God, which is at hand within you now. When will your misperception be healed? This is a question that has no answer. For when is a matter of time, and healing is not a matter of time. Healing is a matter of willingness.
Wow.
Yeah. Healing is a matter of willingness. So everything you want to experience is done according to your willingness. And when we get quiet and we just begin to pay attention to that, we need not concern ourselves ever again of when. When will I get what I want? When will I just sit down, use your power of strength, and desire to know God, to know peace, to know. And not as if it's in a faraway place. It's here. And it's now. It is absolutely now. We are standing on holy ground. How do I know it's holy? Because I'm the one standing on it. That's how everyone can know that you are standing on holy ground. Why is it holy? Because you're the one standing on it. Otherwise, it's just dirt. But when you take a step onto it, it becomes holy. Because you, man, being, are the one that's holy. Holy, whether you know it or not. So that's, on the end of my radio show every week, I say, you're good, get used to it. And you don't need anyone else to affirm you're good. It's nice when it happens. It's so nice when people affirm we're good. Let me tell you now, you're good. And it has nothing to do with what I think of your personality. Thank goodness. I'm good, and it has nothing to do with what you think of my personality. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. If I was dependent upon what everybody thinks of my personality, oh, I've been a sad being as that dependent person. But here I am. I'm standing on holy ground. And now I'm standing on holy ground. And now I'm standing on holy ground because I'm the one standing on it. All are welcome into this holy place. And this holy place is not limited by these walls. This holy place is expanded to the very presence that is. And so no matter where I am, it is a holy place. And it's a holy place, and it's a holy place, and it's a holy place. And if I'm in your arms, it's a holy place. And if you're in my arms, it's a holy place. And if you're in a divine idea of mine, it's a holy place that we are sharing together. And if I am in a divine idea of yours, it is a holy place that we are sharing together. And even if that divine idea seems rather unattractive at the time, if I'm embracing you into a resentment thought of mine, we are still in a holy place because no matter what, we're still going to be pointed to go within. Because at some point, we're not going to be able to bear the unholy thought. And so suddenly the unholy thought is going to turn into a holy thought. And it will have served me all my years of debauchery. It's a nice word for a messy life. And brought me to this, brought me to desiring God even more. Now, do you think I don't come up with stumbling blocks? You thought, sure I do. So what? So what? We're going to come up on stumbling blocks. I once asked somebody, he said, I wanted this to be just perfect. And I said, what is perfect? He said, no conflict. He knew right away what perfection was. No conflict. Well, if I had to wait for no conflict for perfection, I'm going to be waiting a long time. Because my thoughts aren't, I don't know if they'll ever be there, but it's right now, I can have conflict and peace. I can have conflict and say, okay, tell me the truth, keep telling me the truth, keep telling me the truth. I'm willing to hear, I'm willing to hear. And it's not someone else I'm asking to tell me the truth, it's me. It's my highest consciousness that I'm asking to tell me the truth. Anytime I pray for something, it's me that I'm asking to give it to myself. God has already given it to me. So, all in this kingdom, in this wonderful kingdom that is at hand, I'll just go right within. It's as close as my hand, the kingdom. All are welcomed all of the time. Could you stand that? Could you stand to welcome, not be welcomed, but to welcome yourself into the kingdom? Could you stand at the door of the kingdom and greet yourself? Greet your personality, greet your past, greet everything you like about yourself and everything you hate about yourself. Stand right at the door and say, come on in. Come on in and know the truth. You are welcome here. Everyone you hate is welcome too. Everyone you're afraid of is welcome into the kingdom. Absolutely everyone, all the experiences that ever were, are welcome here into the kingdom to be revealed for the truth that they are. Every single one. Could you bear that? Could you bear to be that free? To be that happy? To that what's the word I want? That filled with understanding. That close to God. That close to the truth. That close to what actually is. Could you bear it? I say yes, you could. I say yes, I can. And and it's not about, I don't have to worry about all the time. There is no when anymore. It's just about willingness. And when I spot myself unwilling, it's like, oh, I could be willing now. I could be willing now. I could be willing now because it's happening whether I'm willing or not. But the only way to see it is when I'm willing. The only way to recognize the love that absolutely is when I'm willing to see it. Are we good?
Yeah.
Then we're good.